To say that things didn't go as Anthony Bass planned last October would be an understatement. Entering game as he tried to maintain a 4-round lead on cusp of 8th inning, Bass fired 13 shots, didn't register an exit, and quickly got hooked 3 hitters in blink of an eye. This was start a mass collapse in Game 2 of Toronto Blue Jays' crushing postseason defeat at hands Seattle Mariners. Bass's involvement sadly resulted in an otherwise great personal campaign for 35-year-old veteran, and the disappointment of it sent right-handed player into a long offseason seeking a mental refresher. "I distanced myself from the game," Bass said as he prepares for his 12th Major League season in Dunedin, Florida, this spring. "Mentally move it away from the game to clear it. I've definitely had some failures in my career. But of this magnitude? Probably not. No. The last game of the year is not going well. This is probably one of the worst moments. It's a feeling felt by everyone involved." As Vladimir Guerrero Jr. said, they didn't talk about it when he tried to walk past him in the clubhouse this spring. Guerrero Jr., or whether it's a young player with relatively little playoff experience like Bo Bichette, or a seasoned veteran like George Springer, it can't get much lower than last October 8 at Rogers Center. 7 laps at one point. M's comeback now ranks second on list of postseason trailing wins, after the Philadelphia A cleared an 8-round deficit in 1929 World Series. It also ended in carnage, with Bass's meltdown before one of Jordan Romano's worst recent debuts and a brief left center on court between Bichette and Springer. "I don't need to watch the video," Bass said. "I remember the order of them all. I didn't need to go back and take a look. I'm excited to put that behind us and learn from those 2 games in Toronto," he added. "I think a way this group had to be knocked down to learn from the mistakes we all made in these 2 games, so that next time we can put ourselves that position where we're ready for the postseason." Despite grueling final outing, Jays made wise decision to take $3 million club option at Bass for 2023, bringing his right hand back to play another key late kicker role for coach John Schneider. The 2022 resume is impressive. Bass limited the walks and used his slider more than ever, posting a career-high 1.54 ERA after a career-high 9.3 hits per 9 innings, throwing that pitch 55.7% of the time. The slider created a massive 43.8 blow rate, keeping hitters on average between 0.180 and 0.324 deceleration percent. It wasn't a coincidence, and Jays saw this when they traded 2018 first-round pick Jordan Groshans to the Miami Marlins on August 9 to recruit Bass and fellow right-handed Zach Pop as bullfight reinforcements. "It started out of season before 2022, Bass said. My coach in Miami, Mel Stottlemyre Jr., mapped out really well for me to be successful. And the previous year, I was struggling to really do well against left-handed hitters. Pretty much the focus was on trying to pull lefts out more consistently and my approach to them a little bit, although there is still more work to be done in this regard. I have really improved myself compared to the previous year." Pairing swing and miss slider with his ground ball producing sinker propelled Bass into a career year, but the prospective free agent feels like there's even more in tank with a tweak or 2. It all starts with his continued success against lefties, who shot .433 from Bass throughout his career. "I was struggling with trying to create a little more movement in fastball, but I quickly figured out what my fastball was and I can't create much more movement on the court than armhole," Bass said. Back on a mound, he told me what he had been working on all winter. "I think I had a really good game plan last year with that step, and it worked. So executing the game plan will allow me to be successful again. I won't divulge all my secrets. But location courts. This is one them and rank courts. Areas where some my pitches play better than others. especially against left-handed rackets. But at the end of the day, it's about practicing in high-leverage situations, and I was able to do that more consistently. 5 months after losing to MS's Arena is largely back solid, and Erik Swanson is only new face to be expected in 8-arm group kicking off season. The leverage group made up of late kickers Romano, Tim Mayza, Yimi Garcia, Adam Cimber and Bass will count in similar roles, with Bass taking on multiple tasks in the 6th, 7th and 8th innings against tough right-handed players. While it lacks name value and top speed of other items baseball, it's a diverse group that is mostly solid in 2022, reaching a cumulative 3.77 ERA that is good for the 9th of 15 teams American League. A full season of Bass and Swanson's Lee Splitter add to the mix, as they did last year, and the entire band is confident they won't be seen as Achilles' heels. Far from it. It has the potential to be one of the best bullfights in baseball. There's no doubt about it, Bass said. We have looks, lot different arsenals, weapons, and the successful bullfighters have been part have that.